Welcome to ProD Seminar's exclusive course, Prebirth Obstetric Acupuncture, presented by Debra.
Now, when I talk about pre-birth treatment and how, because people are coming to you and they think there's nothing wrong, they're coming to prepare for labour. So I can sort of see people's eyes glaze over and they think, well, preventative medicine's really hard. People don't come to us unless we have problems. So I dug out my statistics for the year from 2005 to 2006, and really all this was me going through my notes and taking down the first thing that the woman said they're coming in for. So it's like, right, how can I help you? And it's like, oh, well, I'm coming because my midwife sent me or my friend sent me to prepare for labour. So that's all I've ticked off here. So you can see there that 50% of the women coming through my practice doors, and there was 323 women in that year, and also, as I said, I teach, so basically that's 2 days a week. They were actually coming for nothing else than pre-birth. That's what they sought me at acupuncture out for. Morning sickness, 13%. You can see that we're going to talk about posterior positions. I have more people coming to me for posterior positions than breech. Once people know you can do something about it, that they will come. Pelvic pain, back pains, huge percentage. You can see there that we're going to talk about hemorrhoids and vulval varices. Again, more people coming for me than inductions. So I have a very low cold induction, and even that, some of those are inductions from the pre-birth people who needed to be induced. But I have a very low induction rate because of doing pre-birth. And in fact, what I do is actually offer people a free treatment. If there's a treatment at no cost if they need to be induced, because I'm confident and that makes very good business sense for me. So, so that's my practice. Now, we talked before about forming a group. So last year we formed a group in Wellington of practitioners who were interested in treating pregnancy and fertility stuff. So they were called FAT, so we called ourselves Fertility and Acupuncture Childbirth Team. Janie White called hers Acupuncture Childbirth Team. So we put that in there for us. So what we've done is an advertising thing in the yellow pages, but also having regular meetings, having people in to talk to us, sharing books, sharing sort of treatment problems as a supportive group. And as well as that, I've asked everyone to keep some statistics on their practice so that we can then go out to midwives and talk about what we're doing as a group. And you can see here, still 42% of people came for pre-birth. So there's still a huge amount of people that perhaps would not have entered acupuncture at all.
What is included in pre-birth? What exactly?
So we'll talk about that as we go through. So they're coming for what they call pre-birth treatment, which is what I'm calling pre-birth treatment. Now this list was slightly different because what we did here was we looked at all the other things that they might have that were treated for during that time. So if someone came in for pre-birth and they also had back pain, that gets counted in there. So we wanted to look at what people were actually being treated for, apart from their initial consultation. So you can see there the things that were actually women were being treated for were things like heartburn, came out very highly, insomnia came out very highly, pelvic pain as you'd expect, nausea, around about the same as for my statistics. Inductions were slightly higher. Again, small amount for breech, more for posterior babies, and again, conditions like hemorrhoids and vulval varices came out highly. So what I wanted to show from these lists was basically if you have a practice where you're treating woman and you think that you're treating the nausea and the breech babies and the inductions, and that's the main part of your pregnancy practice, there is a whole lot more that you can do through promoting pre-birth. And that is what I'd like people to consider about promoting this type of treatment. When we collected the statistics from FACT, we also looked at 93% came for pre-birth as their primary presentation. So a small percentage of people came in with a sore back. The acupuncturist told them about pre-birth and they decided to come back. Most women are coming in. They may not be interested in acupuncture, they may have never had it before, but they've been told this can be really useful and they will come. 73% of pre-birth treatment involved treatment for other conditions. So although we're calling it pre-birth, to me, it's not the set of points. It's actually treating the woman as a whole. So as you said, insomnia came up very highly. Anxiety was just below the vulval varices sort of thing. So people were being treated for anxiety, for insomnia, for sort of heartburn. You can see the sort of list that goes on that people are being treated for. And of the 33 women that required induction treatment, 3 had received pre-birth. So 105 women had had pre-birth treatment, and only 3 of them actually required an induction treatment. Now, that's not, this isn't gold standard research. This is just collecting data from practice. So there could be some of those women who had received pre-birth could have gone away and not bothered to come back. They might have said, I can't be bothered having any more acupuncture. So it's not absolute, but it does give the same sort of picture as we're going to look at with the other statistics. That by preparing women for birth, you reduce the chances of them needing medical inductions. So, now, looking at the problems with elective caesarean sections. Now, what has recently happened in the last 2 years is there has been some studies coming out. These are medical journals. All of these are downloadable online. I've actually given you in your reference a little section about all the free articles that you can just go to and download. We're also going to put them up on the Chinese Medicine Tools website so that you can either direct people there or download them. Okay, they're already up. So this is important because these come from medical journals. These are obstetric journals. They're not some home birth journal. They're actually, all the obstetricians and specialists that your woman is seeing will be aware of this journal because they come from the Canadian Medical Journal, the American Medical Journal, the Lancet. Okay, so this one was an editorial, and in it said, women contemplating elective caesarean birth need to know its risks for the baby as well as the mother. This study, this was done in Canada, provides additional support to the growing body of evidence suggesting that primary elective caesarean, so this is women having an elective caesarean, okay, because for whatever reasons, may place both mother and newborn at greater risk for adverse outcomes than planned vaginal birth. These are the risks. This is all listed in the article. It's all got it listed there. Higher rate of maternal morbidity, hemorrhage, hysterectomy, uterine rupture, intensive care, postpartum readmission to hospital, reduced fertility, and that is very interesting, I think, to our women who are coming to us, who have seen us through fertility treatment. They have gone to their specialist in obstetrics because he's wonderful and he's lovely and he helped get them pregnant, and now they suddenly realise what they've got themselves in for as they come up to being told or suggested they have a caesarean section, because they may indeed want another baby, and they may be 38, so it may be that they would think carefully about choosing a caesarean if that might impair their future fertility. Further ectopic pregnancies, further rate of miscarriage, placenta previa, which is where the placenta sits low and you need to have a caesarean section, repeat caesarean birth. Neonatal outcomes is respiratory problems, asphyxia, delayed neurological adaptation, neonatal intensive care admission, lacerations, which means the baby got cut in some way, delayed breastfeeding. Also, it's in subsequent pregnancies of having a baby that's smaller, low birth weight, a stillbirth. And again, that may interest people planning to have further pregnancies. To me, it's about risk assessment. If you have a problem and there is a reason that baby is in danger or your life is in danger and a caesarean section is going to be applicable for that, the rationale of thinking about future births is very low. But if there is actually no rationale except that you think this might be a good idea or that the doctor has told you your baby might be a bit big, there might be extreme thought put into future pregnancies. Does that sort of risk assessment, which is part of medicine really?
Thank you for taking ProD Seminar's online course. For more information on this or other live distance or online courses, please visit www.prodseminars.com. That's www.prodseminars.com.